The Ronde van Vlaanderen, or Tour of Flanders as it's otherwise known, is a race of epic proportions in every way. 12 of the steepest of climbs, laden with the thickest of cobbles, and not to mention hordes of some of the most passionate fans in cycling. Riders need to be in the form of their lives to even come close to winning here, especially with the return of the treacherous Muur van Geraardsbergen back after 5 years away. Also back after missing Gent-Wevelgem through illness, defending champion LIZZIE DEIGNAN.
Yeah, I'm still not on top form, but I'm here to do a job for the team, and I'm capable of doing that even at 90%. The season's long and I'm not too panicked yet. Health comes first at the end of the day.
We have several riders who are really doing well and also suits to this kind of racing. So the course is heavy, it's going to be a tough race and that will be in our advantage. So for sure we want an aggressive race and want to come tired into the final.
Yeah, it's really special. It's even more important than the World Championships for me. So it's like a holy day and I hope to show myself for a home crowd and I hope for good legs today. Of course, I would have loved to win last week, but still, again, Gent-Wevelgem is not like Tour of Flanders. This is like maybe a step higher, so I don't think there will be a bunch sprint today. So yeah, we have to see and wait for the race.
The riders set off from under the shadows of the St. Walburga Church in Oudenaarde. Most would see the city again after the opening 40-kilometre loop, but far fewer would make it all the way back again for the finish after 153 kilometres. By the time they reached the famous Muur-Kapelmuur, the numbers had already been whittled down by the 6 previous climbs. Amy Pieters, UCI Women's World Tour leader Elisa Longo-Borghini and Ashley Moolman-Pasio took the favourable lines to maintain a position at the front. Reaching a maximum gradient of 19.8%, the climb is as steep in gradient as it is steeped in history. The trio at the front still led as they took the final right turn up to the famous chapel. No salvation to be had though. Here the Muur reached its most arduous point. Over and onto a rare flat section, ideal time then for a track cyclist to strike. Lisa Klein jumped out of the pack with 59 kilometres to go, but it was short-lived. Rosanne Schlick had more success. The Dutchwoman has become a crucial component to Team Sunweb's spring campaign. And she proved it again here, racking up over 1.5 minutes on the rest. Elise Delzen gave chase, but the peloton regrouped at the Pottelberg. Orica Scott and Boels Dolmans took control. They picked up Delzen by the top and scooped up Schlick before the next and 9th climb, the Canaryberg. It was Kasia Niewiadoma who first sparked into action on the kilometre-long climb, springing up the right-hand side and taking Moolman-Pasio with her. A host of only the most elite could match her tempo, stretching and tearing the group into pieces. 35 kilometres to go, including 3 climbs, 2 of them cobbled. Amy Pieters looked to shake off a few more opponents. Niewiadoma wouldn't be one of them. But neither spotted Lucinda Brand around the outside. With a turn of speed like that, she was right to check the damage. It took a world champion, Amelie Diedrichsen, on full domestique duty to close Brand down. On the Kruisberg, it was a couple of familiar faces that set the marker. Niewiadoma and Pieters yet again battling at the front. They led over the top but remained there for mere seconds. Pieters' teammate Anna van der Breggen flying off the ascent around the outside of the bend. In one single swooping move, a quartet formed. Van der Breggen, a quick-witted Niewiadoma, and 2 former Flanders champions, Annemiek van Vleuten and Longo-Borghini. The splinter groups behind joined forces. Lottie Kopecky, a lone Lotto Soudal rider in the form of her season so far. The leaders gained 30 seconds. Then the penultimate climb, the Oude Quermont. A triple threat, long for a Flemish berg at 2.2 kilometres, relentlessly uphill and cobbled for the majority of the distance. The quartet soon had company. Moolman-Pasio darted from the chasing pack. Van Vleuten began to falter, but just as it seemed that a bridge across had been made, the momentum switched again. Van Vleuten regained what she had lost. Moolman-Pasio was drawn back to the chasers. Van Dijk, with no other Team Sunweb riders ahead, began a new attempt to catch the leaders. with their teammates forcing the pace at the front of the group. Team Sunweb's Corin Rivera and Cervelo Bigler's Cecily Uttrup Ludwig held on at the back. Making a catch somewhat difficult yet again was the Olympic champion. Van der Breggen hit a rhythm at the crest of the Quermont that divided the four into two, but not for long. At the run into the Patersberg, Longo Borghini readied herself. It was her last chance for a solo break, but at the base of the climb, the Wiggle High 5 rider was hit by a jammed chain. Van Vleuten reaped the benefit, immediately attacking on the lower slopes. The Patersberg, not only a challenge as the 12th of 12 climbs, also reaches a gradient of 20.3% in places. Van Dijk continued to tow the chasers on the final climb. At the top, Van Vleuten couldn't maintain her early effort and slipped back. Only 3 rounded the turn to the finish together. The chasers closed in. With 3 fast teammates behind her, Van der Breggen sensed more than one option for a Boels Dolmans win. The radio to the team car would have told her the same. The Boels rider, several times the architect of this escape, stopped taking turns on the front. Behind, the teams readied themselves for a big sprint finish, the fast women staying out of trouble and saving their legs, while their teammates recouped the lost ground. Despite the cooperation of the others, without Van der Breggen's impetus, the lead of the front group dwindled, and it was brought back. At the Flamme Rouge, 19 riders were in contention for the win. Van Dijk, who had well and truly done her service for her team, pulled aside. DEIGNAN opened the sprint early. Rivera started her push with 250 metres to go. Boels Dolmans were unable to organise the lead-out that they wanted. BLAAK tried to come through. Van Vleuten was blocked in. Teammate Gracie Elvin found some space by the barrier, but head down to the line. It was another Rivera victory, her second Women's World Tour win of the season. And it's clear you don't win Flanders without giving everything you've got. Elvin and BLAAK rounded out the podium.
All day we were working really well in positioning, and Roseanne was in the break, ahead of the Canaryberg, so that was in a good position for us. And then Lucinda did everything to bring it as close as possible for the Quermont, and then, for the final, Ellen, was incredible helping to pull that breakaway back.
There are much more races coming up. I see. I keep fighting, and we just race as a team like always, and I think the results will come. On the moment I'm disappointed, but tomorrow I will be happy, I think. Yeah.
My best place before was not even in the front group in previous editions, so to come here and be in the mix to try and go for the win is amazing for me, and it goes to show all the hard work that I've put in this season, and also how great the team was today. Like, I didn't have to do much at all before the finish, and everyone had a role to play, and they did it great today, especially Annemiek right in the end in that front group, and she could have won the race today as well, so I tried to make all the right decisions to try and win when we caught them, and I was only 1 place off, so I have to be happy.
With her win, Rivera also takes the UCI Women's World Tour Leaders jersey, while Ludwig extends her lead in the youth standings after finishing in 12th. Confirmation then of the top 10, with former Flanders champions Van Vleuten and Longo Borghini finishing in 4th and 10th respectively. And in the UCI Women's World Tour rankings, Longo Borghini slips down 3 places, while Elena Cecchini remains 2nd. And in the youth standings, Kopecky moves into 2nd after claiming 5th on home soil.